I am just getting link not say LinkedIn Instagram ready for Talk That Talk Tuesday. It is my baby's birthday today, so we have been inside playing. We were playing uh, Monopoly, so and we're having fun too. So I'm like, I'm like, y'all, hold on, let me go. I'll be right back. What's going on? If you're watching the replay, what's going on, sis? We are going to be talking about your self love language every Tuesday. I'm actually going to be changing the time to 7 a.m. So that's because with the kids going back to school, I feel like 7 o'clock right now is great in the evening. But when school starts back, I just want to be able to put the information out there at the top of your day so that you're able to come back, watch it on your lunch, watch it on your breaks, or get your day started with me. So on Talk That Talk Tuesday, we're going to be talking about why your self love language is so incredibly valuable for inner child healing. And when it comes to inner child healing, there's so many components, right? There's so many components, but specifically today, we're going to be talking about how to use your self love language so that you can grow in inner child healing. Um, and we'll be doing a lot more inner child healing talk on self awareness Wednesdays. So make sure you check with me tomorrow as well because we're going to be going over gentle approaches to shadow work on self awareness Wednesdays. So I'm really excited about that. But back to our self love language, talking that talk to articulate with love and knowing. So when I talk about inner child healing, keep in mind that this is coming from a space of just being aware that the little you, the little version of you is always present, is always inside of you, and you have to be aware enough of yourself to know if the little version of you is making decisions, or if the little version of you is trying to protect you in some kind of way. Is a little version of you, where are they emotionally, developmentally wise, social wise, being very much present and aware that this little version of you is still here, and being aware of and present enough to know if they are in some way in control in your life, in any area of your life. And so if you know that there's some work that needs to be done, if you know that there's work that needs to be done and to heal that inner child life. For me, I had a lot of inner child work that I had to do, that I still do, that I still practice, and we're going to be talking about something that I do all the time today. I experienced sexual abuse as a child. I experienced depression, insecurity, very low self-esteem growing up. And so inner child healing was very essential in my journey in self love and boosting my emotional wellness, growing in self awareness, and just being able to manage stress as an adult, right? And so my self love language was very, very crucial in this process for me. And that's why I dedicated an entire day, Talk That Talk, for learning more about how you can cultivate a self love language for yourself and be able to use that to help yourself on a day-to-day basis as it relates to inner child healing. So one example that we're going to be talking about tonight, how to use your self-love language to enhance and tap into that inner child healing and that relationship with your inner child. And one of the things that I used to do often was I would always beat myself up if I didn't do something right, if I didn't meet a goal, if I didn't get all of my things, my items on my to-do list. I made this really bad habit of talking negative to myself. Because as kids, we want to be praised for, doing things right and being successful and, getting a pat on our back. And so it is very essential that on your journey in self-love, that you know how to speak to your inner child. And so for me, whenever I felt like, or when I would, think that I was failing, or if I wasn't good enough or I wasn't enough, I knew that that was coming from the, low self esteem, insecure little Sulu. That was my nickname growing up. And so I would always take time, intentionally take time. And I've told this to many of my clients, women in my community. Do not underestimate how powerful it can be to apologize to yourself, and to apologize to yourself aloud, right? Um, it means a lot to her. It means a lot to her. And so you can say often, and you catch yourself being hard on yourself or feeling like you're not good enough, it's more than just affirming and saying, I am enough, I am strong, I am capable, I am, taking up space, I am confident. But to just sit and say, okay, I know that in the past I've been hard on myself. I've been hard on you. You can literally talk to your inner child as another person separate from you. I know that I've been hard on you. And I know that in the past, you have experienced different scenarios or situations that made you feel like you weren't good enough. And I apologize for not acknowledging how that might have made you feel. I apologize for not acknowledging how me constantly being hard on myself may have made you feel. And then reinforce that apology with, but you are good enough. You are capable. You are confident. And you can use a mirror. You can stand up in your bathroom mirror. You can use a handheld mirror. You can close your eyes. You can write it in a journal. Like, you can literally write a letter to your inner child. And use this language of understanding, and use this language of, I hear you. Because as children, we want to be heard. We want to be heard. We want to be seen. Even as adults, we feel that way. But even more so as children. And so when we take time to just be with ourselves and acknowledge, and even take it a step further, whenever you're experiencing fear, whenever you're afraid of something, never underestimate taking a pause and saying to, and this is if this is something that may be triggering your inner child. This is something that may be triggering, this protector in her, right? Because our inner child, so if we're scared, we sometimes act as a child would. We'll go to drastic measures sometimes to avoid situations, avoid conversations, or we will, lash out and get angry and get irritated. These are childlike responses to emotions that are uncomfortable, right? So we have to first understand when, again, like I said in the beginning, when our inner child is in control, if they are making decisions for us, and be aware enough to be able to understand, okay, this is little me. This is not big girl me. This is not adult me. And so being able to take time to just say, in that moment that you are experiencing fear, in that moment that you are experiencing, just being afraid of something, right? And saying, I understand that you're afraid. And that's okay. That's normal. We're doing something new. We're stepping outside of our comfort zone. And that's okay. Because I understand what it is that I desire. I know what I want from my life. And I am in control. And I'm going to make sure that we are always good. Okay? So it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to feel the fear that you're feeling. Just know that I'm in control. I got us. That is so powerful. You do not even know, sis. because I used to think that just knowing that I was afraid, and I used to always say, oh, I'm just going to do it scared, I'm going to do it scared, I'm going to do it scared. But when I started realizing that the fear was coming from little me, because little me knows how to shrink herself, little me knows how to hide, pretend that she's not all that bright, pretend that she's not taking up a lot of space or too much space, pretend that she's not, too much of trouble. She knows how to do that. And so whenever I'm pushing myself to go beyond what it is that I used to take up as much space as I desire, to see how far I can go in whatever goal that I set for myself, however I would like to expand for myself, I take the time to acknowledge, one, the fear, where it's coming from, and if it's her. I sit her down and I have that moment with her to assure her that we are good and we are in alignment with expansion. We are in alignment with abundance. We are in alignment with our highest good, because she needs to hear that. And I know that she needs to hear that because I need to hear that, right? She's still me. You understand? And so when we start using our language, using the power of our words to cultivate this healthy, nurturing relationship with our inner child, you will start to find that the fear that you feel when you are trying to step outside of your comfort zone, when you're trying to do things that you've never done before, when you want to excel in ways that you've never excelled before, when you want to see yourself expand in love and healing, that when you're using this self-love language, it's going to be so much easier and easier and easier as you progress in your journey of inner child healing. It's going to be so much easier for you because you're taking the time to use that self-love language to cultivate this healthy and nurturing relationship with your inner child. And so we've talked about two different scenarios tonight where we can use that inner child, our self-love language to, one, apologize. Take the time to apologize, because sometimes we'll feel the fear, but we'll just go past it anyway, and we'll ignore it. But it's not, and this is one thing that I love to teach about in our Keep It Real classes, in our Keep It Real journaling sessions, when we talk about expression, is that even though we're ignoring these emotions, even though that these emotions we're shelving them or compartmentalizing them, they're not going anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They're still there. And so just because you decided, oh, I'm just going to do it scared, whatever, I'm not going to, oh, I don't see fear, I don't know fear, that doesn't make fear go away, baby. It doesn't make it go away. And so because of that, we have to, one, acknowledge, where is this fear coming from? And if it is our inner child, because we are practicing this self-awareness and learning more about what is the behavior of our inner child versus the behavior of the adult version of us in this present time and space. If it is our inner child, we can still cultivate this relationship using our self-love language to, one, acknowledge her feelings, reassure her, provide security for her, apologize to her if need be, and just always remind her of what the goal is, where we are. We are in alignment with our highest good. We are in alignment with abundance. We are in alignment with our desires. We are in alignment with growth and expansion. And so not only are we teaching the inner child in us, how to grow in emotional wellness, we're growing in emotional wellness because of that. And you don't even understand how powerful that is. And this is something that I can go into detail with when we have our Keep It Real journaling sessions. But just for the sake of this That Talk Tuesday, I want to say that when we are cultivating and building this self-love language where we're using our words to, provide that comfort and that sense of security to our inner child, we're going to see our confidence surge. We're going to see our ability to communicate with ourselves and with other people improve drastically. We're going to find that we have so much more clarity in who we are and what we want and what we desire, we're also going to grow in who we are. And being grounded in who you are is so powerful. Being able to truly see yourself and know who you are is so much power, because now we get to put our intention, that is that energy that drives desire, drives manifestation. We get to put our intention on something that we truly desire, that we truly want, and it's coming from a place of knowing who we truly are. So when we're using our self-love language and building this relationship with our inner child, we are practicing reassuring security. We're practicing understanding, the behavior of our inner child so that we can provide her with, the apology that may be necessary, the comfort, again, security, reassurance, and using language like, I understand you, I see you, I love you, you are safe, you are loved. This is something that we desire. I understand that you're scared. This is why you don't have to be. And taking the time to have that conversation with her, it's just going to improve the way that you not only respond to yourself, but respond to the world around you. And so using and building a self-love language is absolutely essential in expanding in self-love and expanding in emotional wellness, learning how to navigate stress with absolute ease and with comfort. And so today, I hope that you all are able to benefit from what we talked about today regarding using your self-love language to build and cultivate a healthy relationship with your inner child. Talking that talk is to articulate with love and knowing, right? And so when you speak with love. You speak from a space of knowing who you are, knowing what you desire, knowing what it is yours already, and you use that language to help to really transform that mindset, transform how you respond to yourself, and ultimately how you see the world and navigate the world around you. And so I hope that this was a huge benefit for you all. I'm going to start having some more guests come on here so we can have more conversations around building a self-love language for Talk That Talk Tuesday. I am so happy that you are interested, sis, in learning more about how to grow in self-love, how to grow in emotional wellness, and how to grow in stress relief and stress management, because we believe at Center Me that is how you enhance the quality of your life. And so I'm going to be back here tomorrow for Self-Awareness Wednesday, where I'll be going over gentle approaches to shadow work. And I'm excited about that because even though every day we are here to present something new, something that helps you to learn how to celebrate yourself and celebrate the relationship with self, Wednesday I can see easily being one of my favorites, because that's where we're going to be doing the work, right? We're going to be digging deep to really find out how to be more aware of ourselves, to call ourselves out on our own BS, to be able to identify our fear-based behavior, and really know what those symptoms of fear look like with us. What do we do when we start to become more fearful? Are we running? Are we flight? Are we freezing? Are we just not doing anything? Are we procrastinating? Or are we fighting? Are we resisting? Are we, finding irritation and, being uncomfortable with the situation? And so these are the different ways that we respond to fear. And so whenever we have our Self-Awareness Wednesdays, we're going to be going over a lot of work to look at, who we are, whether we think it's good or bad. I don't like labels too much. I'm in the business of loving all of me, whether, society, community, culture thinks it's good or bad. I'm in the business of loving all of myself. And so when I do shadow work, I don't meet myself with judgment. We're going to be talking about how to approach shadow work without judgment, so that any of the things that we do at Center Me, we're going to approach without judgment, so that we're able to be very empowered in the way that we choose to grow, expand, and evolve. So meet me here tomorrow at 7. I hope that you all really got something from our Talk tonight. You know, using our self love language to build a healthy relationship with our inner child. This is work that I've done myself, that I continue to do myself. And I know that it works. I know that it's foolproof. I know that you're going to grow tremendously and expand tremendously from this type of abundance behavior. So make sure, if you want to learn more about how to expand your self love language, you meet me here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. until the 28th, when we're going to start. We're going to shift it to 7 a.m. My baby's going to go back to school. So you can start your day with me and learn how to expand in self love. So if you want more, visit centerme.com, subscribe to our newsletter, join our tribe, you know, become a Center Me member. We literally reward you for taking up space. We reward you for showing up to our classes, showing up to our group coaching, showing up to your one-on-one coaching. How are you feeling, sis? You know, showing up to our events. We reward you for that, because we believe that putting yourself first is, one, it's brave, it's radical, and it's something that deserves to be celebrated. And so that's why we are here to give you space to take up and reward you for it. So find out more at centerme.com. I am very, very, very proud of you. I'm excited for you on this self-love journey. I'm sending you so much love, so much peace, and so much light. If you're watching the replays, girl, I'm so proud of you. And I can't wait to see you again tomorrow for Self-Awareness Wednesday. Meet me back here at 7 p.m. I love you. Have a wonderful night on purpose.